What's up, everybody? I'm the BurningSkyCloud, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. So, in the last episode, well, we mostly just went back through Bryce's. We already know about Bryce and his model wood ships and the flirty bits. And we had a very long date with Lorem and his drawings of us. But before I continue, I shall be right back. And I'm back. So, let's see what this is going to entail. So I had to go back through the second investigation because I didn't realize I already had the achievement unlocked. Silly me. Anywho, let's get down there. Here we go again with the third investigation. Poor Anna. Why is it always Anna? Anna! I swear this girl is just always dying in every single one of our gameplays. Sooner or later, Anna's going to live and survive. We hardly knew her. But we're fine, otherwise. Let's just get this over with. So we've got to do very well on this investigation for Bryce's sake. Ooh. Excuse me, I had a good lunch. I will not skip ahead. Never in a million years. Aha, and we get to meet Emra. Again. Maybe it's not going to be a big deal. Maybe. I suppose we'll see soon enough. And as you know, we head to Emra, who's going to suggest that we leave for the portal. You know, I never noticed that like you can see the faint blush on her. That or my eyes are just seeing things. But no, I truly believe that if you squint hard enough, maybe you can see a blush on her cheeks. Yeah. Yeah, I think she does. Because we all know her fascination with Bryce. Hmm. It all makes sense now why she really wanted him as her bodyguard. Unfortunately, we're taking Bryce with us. uh, what was my motivation when I agreed to have? You know, I think I chose this the last time. So let me just go ahead and skip because it's all just dialogue. Well, wait a minute, what's going on here? The human on official business, huh? I don't even know you right now, do I? Oh, don't you remember? I met you in the cafe and at that crime scene. Yeah, because we're not dating a dying in this timeline, we don't really know much about her. But that's all, isn't it? Unless I missed something, yeah. What are you doing out here? I was just practicing my flying when I spotted you down here, and who would say no to an opportunity to meet one of the humans? Not me. I'm afraid this will be both our first and last opportunity to talk. I'm about to leave this world again. For who knows how many times. Is that so? Too bad. Kind of a shame I never got to know you. Oh, that tears at my heart. Knowing a dying, then, or knowing a dying now as we knew her then. This is heartbreaking. Wait, does this have something to do with those rumors I heard? Is Reza really a murderer? I'm afraid so. What does that make you? I don't have anything to do with that. I was helping the police find him. Then why are you leaving? It's for my own safety, apparently. This wasn't my decision. Really? But what about Reza? All I could offer was a shrug. I guess they're convinced that they can find him on their own. I see. I'm not sure what to think anymore. I'm not sure either. I looked over my shoulder and glanced at Sebastian. I should be going now. Alright. Goodbye, Skoy. Goodbye, Adine. And then... Did you know her? A little. I don't think the choices would matter. And then we can just mosey out through here because it's just complete dialogue. Since I want to get not Sebastian, but Bryce. Yes, since I want to get Bryce's good ending. So, maybe I should save just in case. So I wonder if... Let's see. Let's see if this will help me with the investigation. Here goes nothing. Huh? What's this? It's a flat base with a circular indent at the top. Where have I seen this before? Oh, right. It's an Ixomin-sphere part. You acquired an Ixomin-sphere part, the base part. Well, that might certainly help me. I'm not gonna worry about that. Alright, so I think visiting the store will also help me in this situation, because the last time I went straight for the... Yeah, I went straight for the production facility instead. Oh, it's her again. If you mixed up the prescriptions again, then I can't help you. I can't refill this one. We're just about to close, so you'll have to bring the right one tomorrow. I'm here on behalf of the police, and I was hoping that you could answer a few questions. I see. Well, I don't mind as long as you make it quick. I have to leave for my other job soon. Vera, what are you still doing here? I already told you. You have to come back tomorrow. Poor Vera. Here, have a lolly on the house. I guess she doesn't want it. Aw, she's so sad. What's the deal with her? I'm not sure what's up with her lately. This isn't the first time this has happened. Oh, I think I mostly got through this. Oh, Right, I am going to follow Vera. Actually, excuse me. Sorry, but we'll have to do this another time. If you say so. Right, because I stayed the last time. Luckily, she hadn't gotten too far, so I followed her from a distance. Minutes passed as we walked through streets weaving through an unfamiliar part of town. The young dragon looked small and lonely on the empty road. Before long, we passed the village border, yet she pressed on and stepped into the forest. It's not safe to go alone in the woods. I turned back once to gaze at the village on the far horizon, and in an instant, the dragon was gone. I rushed to the spot I'd seen her last and found the entrance to a cave on a hillside. So this is what would happen if I followed Vera and didn't stay. When I peered inside, yo! This is exactly where the administrator took me. I saw Vera alongside a much larger orange dragon. The small dragon filled a bowl with a thick fluid and placed it in front of the other. Then she placed her hands on the large dragon's chin. Gently, she lifted its huge muzzle and guided it toward the bowl. But when she released it, the dragon's head slumped and fell into the liquid. The bowl tumbled sideways and spilled its contents across the cave floor. Oh, poor thing. I realized then that, other than what Vera had done, the orange dragon hadn't moved at all since I arrived. Is she dead? Please tell me she's not dead. How did you even find out about this? I could tell something was wrong, so I followed her. I see. Well, good job, Skoy. What's going to happen to her now? She'll be sent to the orphanage. The background check determined that she had a father, but the two hadn't seen each other in years. Can't you locate him? We did. Rez's second victim, the maintenance guy. That was him. Oh, dang. That is wild. Poor guy. Rez would just be killing folks everywhere. I see. Uh, I see. How did it even get this far? I don't know, but we'll certainly look into it. Some just fall through the cracks of the system. Being out here on their own probably didn't help. Do many of your people live outside the town like this? Well, some do it on principle. Others do because they have no other choice. Houses and apartments can be expensive, and it's not unusual for us to use natural environments as our home. Alright, I think we're done here for now. Don't forget to stop by the department later. I won't. Dang. You followed Vera. Well done, Skoy. Uh, I think I got everything for the investigation. You did great today, Skoy. The police department is glad to have you on our side. You saved that little girl. As far as I am concerned, nothing else you could have done would have mattered as much. Ah, yay! Good job, Skoy. You did well on the third investigation. Investigatastic. You did well in all investigations. Phew. Ah, right, and then we got the barbecue. So, I can pretty much skip all that. A dragon barbecue party with a human as the guest of honor. Not suspicious at all, Bryce. Hey, Skoy, guess what? We're going treasure hunting. So put on a robe and your best treasure hunting hat and let's get going. Seriously, call me back when you hear this. I feel like I might have missed something. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, from what I'm reading, I'm just, I thought something different, but I'll just meet with Bryce and get over and get this barbecue over with very quickly. No, don't skip ahead. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever had an outdoor barbecue like this before. Let's just hope there won't be any oh, yeah, hang on. He assured me he will keep the peace. Can you do the same? Sure. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's just hope there won't be any incidents. Alright, let's go and meet the others. Is that you, Sebastian? What are you talking about? Sorry, I didn't recognize you without your little cap on. That's a good one. Oh, you're already bringing out the jokes. Let's see how long you're going to last in this company. And of course, Maverick. Right, we don't want to be rude to Maverick. So, it's mostly just dialogue. I don't want to disappoint you, but... Oh yeah, did that already. But yeah, I never been to a barbecue before. Like, not outdoors. Or does it... Or is it... Or is camping considered a barbecue? How you really feel. Oh! Alright, Sebastian won't get in between Emma and Bryce. Actually, Scoy's been hanging out with you a lot. Scoy's been hanging out with you a lot, Bryce. Oh, busted. Awkward. So what? Scoy is a cool person in my book. Or do any of you disagree? Not me. No comment. And then the food is all ready. And this is actually the option I picked last time, which actually was really a good choice. And we're not letting him sleep on the floor. And with him done, we can go meet Lorem. It's time to treasure hunt. Hey, Lorem. Hey, Skoy. So, where exactly are we going? You mentioned something about treasure hunting, but don't tell me we're actually trying to unearth some ancient human artifacts. Don't worry, this is going to be fun. I'll just hope for the best. I'm not sure who came up with it, but someone gave this kit to me as a present a few months ago. He showed me the map. It was a piece of paper that had obviously been treated to look much older than it really was. Right, I want to do Lorem as well. Sounds like fun. I'm glad you agree. I'm not sure if I can be of much assistance though. I don't exactly know much about the area. But you're big and strong. Or at least, you are bigger and stronger than I am. You can do the digging. Sure, leave us to do the dirty work. Great. Besides, I've wanted to do this for a while now, and Ipsum is always busy, so I figured this would be a good time as any. Do we need to bring a shovel? Or do you expect me to dig with my bare hands? Well, the instructions say we only need this map and a pen. What about ourselves? Aw, dang. Nope. I've got a pen. Great! Then we're all set. So where are we supposed to go? If this is the facility, then the place indicated is the school. Or rather, somewhere between the school and the administrative building. Let's go then. Oh, does the administrator live there? The administrator lived in the administrative building. Here we are. The X on the map is right between these two buildings, so it must be around here somewhere. Back to school, huh? I thought I'd never be back. Then again, school definitely seemed like a lifetime ago. Those were the days when you didn't have to worry much about the real life. Not quite yet. Everyone's on summer break right now, which is a good thing, because we really wouldn't want you to get swarmed by all the children. They would go crazy if they saw you. How does school work here anyway? Are you talking about this one, or schools in general? In general, I'd like to know more about how your school system works as a whole. I see. I see you won't let a learning opportunity go by. I'm just doing my job. You should start looking for that treasure then. Sure. While I looked for hints as to the treasure's whereabouts, Lorem started talking. Right. We do have quite the education system. Different schools and districts run on their own, so when looking at details, things can vary a lot. However, there are a few things that are true no matter which region you are in. Compulsory education lasts for about 10 years. There are a lot of options for schools and school systems. Choice is an important factor here. We recognize that there isn't one system that works best for everyone, so there are many options depending on what path you want to take. That doesn't sound too different from what it used to be like in my world, but nowadays, things are a bit more chaotic. Practical skills are valued most in our city, and you aren't really given a choice to do anything else. Sure, people can learn other things on their own, but it's not as if school is mandatory anymore. People just do whatever they feel like. Wish that could be a thing. Did you grow up like that too? No, I still got to experience our old education system, college included. What was your favorite subject? Aha, it was art. But for me, personally, English was always my favorite. If you ask me why, I actually don't remember. I did take that half year of journalism. That was a dream of mine to be a journalist, but nowadays, journalism isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Art. Really? Me too. I always liked trying out different mediums. I tried sculpting again recently. What for? Art doesn't need a justification. But anyway, it helps me visualize what the characters in my game should look like. Oh, that's a brilliant way to get an idea for what characters you want to make. I never thought about it like that. Oh wait, I'm thinking about pottery. Never mind. Sculpting, yes. I don't know why I thought sculpting involved like that putting clay on a spin thing and then just sculpting it as you go to make it look like what you want it to look like. That's pottery. Where's my brain? Can't you do that with a computer? Sure, but working with a physical medium makes things easier for me. Instead of working with an interface, there's only my hands and a lump of clay. No technological gadgets required. I see. Did you find anything yet? I sure haven't. No. I feel like we must be missing something. Maybe, but the map clearly marked this place. You can see it for yourself. Yeah, the X definitely points to this alley. Then it must be here somewhere. Let's see. I examined the walls. Because I probably would have looked inside the windows. Maybe it has something to do with the walls. What makes you think so? We're clearly missing something here, so maybe there's some sort of hint we've been overlooking. Something that wouldn't be obvious to anyone else who came through here. I have no idea what you're talking about. These walls don't really look special to me. Sometimes I have to reread words, as you've noticed, because I guess maybe I read a little too fast and I mix the words around. My gaze slowly went along the walls, trying to find something, anything that could have a hidden meaning. Hey, look at that. What do you mean? That kind of looks like an X on the wall, don't you think? I guess so. Maybe it's here somewhere. Look! There! Lorem crouched down and stuck his hand in an indentation that ran along the wall near the ground. Aha! What is it? He pulled out a cylindrical, shiny object and held it up to me. It looks like some sort of capsule. Maybe there's something inside. That's going to be a pretty small treasure. He screwed it open and held the two halves of the cylindrical object in his hands. To our surprise, it didn't have any empty space on the inside. Nothing could be hidden within. Instead, the inside of the two halves were engraved. What does it say? 2J. That's it? Yep. It's also on the other half. It might be coordinates. The grid on the map had numbers and letters like that. That means 2J would be here. Right in the middle of a forest. Let's go! Let's go! Okay. No, that's too funny. Finding our spot might be a bit more difficult from here on out. Why is that? We don't really have buildings and addresses as reference anymore. Here, we only have a spot in the middle of a forest. Don't worry, I have an excellent sense of navigation. Let's hope we find it before it gets too dark, though, or things might become a lot more complicated. I'd rather not get lost here. You won't have to worry about anything. If there are any predators in the area, they'll see me as a better target than you. Don't tell me there are predators in these woods. Not really. There might be a stray or two, but that should be it. These woods are considered to be very safe. Oh, thank goodness, it's nothing like the Everfree Forest. Even if that's true, and if worse comes to worse, you can just fly away. I guess that's true. Yeah, but then we'd be left behind to be dealt with the predators and probably be eaten alive. You kind of sound like you don't like the woods, though. I like going for walks in the woods, as long as it's safe. Then you don't have anything to worry about here. I already told you, there shouldn't really be any predators in these parts. I'll just throw tree branches at them. And it's not like these woods are haunted or anything. Oh, didn't think about that. Haunted? That reminds me of something. What is it? Maybe you'll be interested in this, In our world, there was a forest that was notorious for the many suicides that took place there. It was said to be haunted by angry spirits. That sounds horrible. But why are there so many suicides there? And why are the spirits so angry? Well, in Japanese folklore, people have a soul or spirit that is called Reikon. Upon a person's death, the Reikon separates from the body and goes to a form of purgatory. Oh, that should be added to Phasmophobia. Reikon. How come I haven't figured that one out yet? After certain rites have been performed, the Reikon then goes on to join its ancestors and become a protector of the living family. However, under certain circumstances, like the rites not being performed correctly or dying in a sudden or violent manner, the Reikon transforms into a Yurei instead. Oh, that's why. Never mind. Interesting. I'm learning a little bit of Phasmophobia lore here. The Yurei can return to the physical world and haunts it until it has been laid to rest. So there you go, another myth for your collection. Well, I know where not to go from next vacation now. Normally I would pick It's Just a Myth anyway, but today, to fully get Lorem, I wouldn't want to visit either. That makes two of us. What do you think about stuff like that? Paranormal stuff? You know, until a few weeks ago, humans were still just a myth. And if we look at the portal, it's like something that came out of science fiction. Ipsum certainly seemed interested in it. He is. He actually read up on some new theories about it. Like what? You remember him telling you about the different branches and how the barrier separates them, right? Yeah? So, since the barrier is made up of wormholes and using the portal displaces them, it leaves gaps in the barrier. I distinctly remember him talking about something like that. Through these gaps, he thinks we can communicate with our alternate selves in the other timelines. That would be interesting. I'd definitely like to know what some of my alternate selves' lives are like. How does that work? It all goes into the nature of existence itself. Who are you as a person? Do you think you are just the Scoy from this branch? What about the ones from all the other timelines who have made other decisions? Would you consider yourself to be the same person as them? The only difference between you and the Scoy from another branch may be that you decided to skip breakfast this morning. Maybe you're all of them. Yo, Lorem's talking my language now. How is that possible? Like a seed from which many roots can sprout, or a tree and its branches. There may be a uniting factor that branched off into these different timelines, your fundamental nature. You might call it a soul or something similar, but the ideal is that even though there are many different versions of you, there is an aspect that unites all of you. A part of myself that stands over me, kinda like a superego. An interesting comparison. If we use a similar model here, then we can say that you are also made up of three distinct parts. In each timeline, you have a physical body which is driven by its own base desires that it seeks to fulfill. All physical needs like hunger, thirst, and even breathing fall under this category. However, as a being with free will, you are also capable of making your own decisions. That includes being able to act contrary to what your body is telling you. This ability to think and make decisions on your own is your rational mind, the self. And lastly, there is the third part I just talked about, the one that stands above all of you and unites you in some way. Let's call this your higher self. Through this higher self, you may be able to communicate with your alternate selves in some way. Usually, the barrier would prevent this, but through the gaps, communication becomes a possibility. The more gaps there are, the easier this should be. And how would I go about doing that? I suppose that would be the job of the higher self. So I can't control it. These are all just theories. A time theory. We wouldn't really know until it happened. Only then could we study it. If it was to happen, how would I know? If someone else's experience gets relayed through this connection to you, it could manifest in a number of ways. Maybe it could be something like a deja vu, or a false memory, maybe even dreams. But the biggest difficulty would be to recognize that this phenomenon is happening in the first place. It's certainly quite out there, you have to admit. Sure, but quantum mechanics are already complicated enough. Once you look at what lies beyond, it's just crazy territory. What do you think about all this? I think it might already be happening. Really? Just think about it. If the possibility of it ever happening is there, then it's more than likely that it already has. I'm not sure I follow. Let us assume that this is an average timeline. The portals have been found by both of our people. Contact has been made, and now you and Reza are both here for a visit. A few letters were exchanged before you and Reza were sent here, so that means the portal has already been used a few times. Using a portal once might only have an infinitely small effect on the barrier, like poking a hole in a castle wall with a needle. However, if you multiply this by a nearly infinite number of possible timelines in which these same events have happened, the effects must already be noticeable. Of course, some people may be more susceptible to this than others. Do you think you've already experienced it? I don't know. I've been having some weird dreams lately. Oh. Me too. Really? We were just entering a clearing, and from my view, I could see some odd lines that had been drawn on the ground. Hey, I think this is the spot. Why do you think so? Well, the giant X on the ground kinda gives it away. Lorem took flight with a few flaps of his wings. After looking at the scenery from above, he returned to me. You're right. It does look like a giant X. Guess it's time to get our hands dirty. That may not be necessary. What are you talking about? He went to the center where the lines crossed and picked up an object that was lodged halfway into the ground. He returned to me once more, holding another capsule similar to the one we had found near the school. If we have to go back to town after walking all this way, If we have to go back to town after walking all this way, And it's open. Apparently we're going to 6K now. And where is that? There is an abandoned store on the other side of the forest. That's where we're going. That just means the way back is going to be even longer. Oh my goodness. This is a very long, Lorem has very long dates. Are you sure we should even be here? This is the place indicated by the map. I was talking about the building being roped off. Maybe that's just part of the game. Is the flooding part of the game too? Hey, you can give up if you want to. I certainly won't. Now, are you going to help me or not? I guess. I just didn't expect that I'd have to get wet for this. All part of being a treasure hunter. Yeah, treasure hunting means that you gotta get a little dirty, a little wet. That's the thrill of adventure, baby. Let's just look for the X. Sure. Lorem flew up to the light fixtures to get a view from above while I checked out the shelves. I remember when we could still shop here. What happened? Apparently, the area has a problem with flooding. As you can clearly see. I can see that. So much work and resources are needed to erect a building like this one, and in the end, it just gets abandoned. We have plenty of empty buildings where I come from. Oh, really? Not sure this is a good reminder of home, though. At least we don't have a problem with flooding. I nearly got sent back, by the way. Really? Why? Political reasons. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it. You just did. Is it related to that announcement they made about Reza? Maybe. Huh. Guess things are pretty serious. They are. Have you found anything yet? Not really. Maybe it's underwater. I suppose that's an option. You think so? It's certainly not anywhere near the ceiling. I already checked there. And I found nothing near the walls or the shelves. It could be hidden beneath a floor tile or something like that. I suppose you're right. Let's do it. Alright. Yeah, because it's saying if I have to doesn't sound too thrilling. Without hesitation, Lorem vanished beneath the water surface. I breathed in deeply, crouched down, and began looking underwater as well. Whoa! This is amazing. I looked around, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary to me. Just as I was about to resurface and get some air, I heard a splash accompanied by a loud thud. What? What was that? Lorem? Everything was quiet as I looked around for my companion. Suddenly, I heard frantic knocks coming from a shelf that was lying on the ground, half submerged in the water. Oh, thank goodness. I realized that it was still standing when we came in earlier. As I waded over to it, it soon became clear that the knocks were coming from beneath. Lorem? Quickly, I mustered all my strength and grabbed the shelf, lifting it up until it fell over to the other side with a loud splash. Lorem resurfaced, gasping for breath. What just happened? I was looking underwater, and suddenly the shelf just came down on top of me. That seems a little suspicious. Are you okay? Yeah, I think so. My leg hurts a bit, but that's about it. But I totally saw something. Let me show you. Without waiting for a reply, Lorem dove down into the water again, resurfacing just a few seconds later holding an ominous metal box that had a large gray X on it. This should be it. Huzzah! What's inside? Let's hope it's waterproof, though. From the looks of it, it is. We should go outside, though. It will be hard to read anything in here. Sure. Well, what's inside? Lorem held up the box to me. I took one of the sheets of paper that were inside and started reading. I think these are pizza vouchers. Ha! Free pizza! Lorem was holding another sheet, which he started reading aloud. Congratulations! You have solved Pantoli Pizza's annual treasure hunt. Remember the code word enclosed for an instant rebate on your next order and a chance to the grand prize. Well, I mean, free pizza is free pizza. Or at least, cheap pizza at the very least. It's something, right? You could be the lucky winner for a year's supply of Pantoli's pizza. This competition will run until... Oh. What is it? Oh man, they're already expired. The due date's already passed. It's expired. The treasure hunt, the contest, apparently it all ended months ago. Man, I wanted that cheap pizza. Can we still get the pizza? Well, I don't think that offer is still valid. I mean, we could still get pizza regardless. This whole thing has made me really hungry. I suppose this concludes our treasure hunt. What do we do now? Maybe we could see this experience as another reminder that the journey is its own reward. That's a positive mindset to have, Lorem. Definitely. It's not really about the end goal, it's about the destination, the adventure of getting there, and the experience you have along the way, and the memories, or that the early bird gets the worm. You really want some pizza, don't you? That makes me wonder, though. Why didn't they get rid of the hints in this box when the contest expired? They must have realized that people may still have these kits at home, even when the contest is over. If people went out looking for a hint in the woods and it wasn't there anymore, they might look for hours until they decided there was nothing to find. Ugh, that would be days worth of searching. I'm sure eventually they just give up and go home, disappointed. Or they just didn't care. You know, I'm slowly starting to lose hope in Pantalee's Pizza. Sending us here is really negligent. Who knows what would have happened to you if I wasn't here. Maybe this whole building could crash down on the next unlucky people who end up here. Maybe that's why it was roped off in the first place. But you thought it was part of the game. Maybe they should have put up a sign or something. While I was talking, Lorem walked towards one of the wooden poles that was used to rope off the building. He picked up a large rectangular object from the ground that was hidden in the grass. It was a wooden sign. Warning: do not proceed past this point. The treasure hunt has concluded and there is nothing more to find. Danger ahead. No one thought to come back out and make sure that it was still up? We could find the treasure, but not this huge sign? What does that say about us? I'm not sure exactly. We should probably head back before it gets too dark, though. We still have to go through the woods again. Alright, let's go. Do you want to pick up some pizza on the way home? I don't know. Pantalee Pizza. You're a crime against nature. Lost in passion. Oh. I'm gonna go there personally and shut down Pantalee's Pizza. Unless it's already shut down, then I'll just destroy the building. But anyway, we got through Bryce and we got through Lorem. That's good news. I know that I'm just kind of rushing through Bryce's part, but I pretty much done most of it already. But with chapter 4, I think that I'll be getting into some new stuff about Bryce that I didn't know about. But that can be saved for later. In the meanwhile, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, find that X to like, comment below on your findings, and don't forget to share with all your friends. And make sure to subscribe to see more in the future. Now come find me. Come on. I'm lost and I don't know where I am. Treasure hunt. Find me. I'm somewhere lost in the woods. In the woods.